And we're live. Late as is my new normal. I know. I was doing 8 o'clock like sharp for the longest time, and now I'm doing. Let's see, what is it like? Almost 8:12. See who chimes in. Anybody chime in? Maybe. There's Ray checking in. Here comes some people. I'm seeing people sign on now. Thought maybe I messed something up. Craig's here. Brett. Holy cow! There's all the comments. Jared, Clayton, Bendang. All right. So we got a few people chiming in. Not going to do any major unboxings or anything like that. Alfred's checking in from California. Mr. Albert's here. Jim Davis is here. Xander, Nigel, Angry Breather. All right. Bobby Legs is here. Looking forward to our chat that we kind of have scheduled. I forget what day it was that. Like I think that's set up for Thursday or something like that. Bobby Legs and a few other people, including myself, are going to do a Zoom chat and talk more about German watches. Ever since I did the last Zoom with those guys, I've been obsessing about the two brands that I've been obsessing about with the German watches is actually Stova and then, is it Tomorrow? Man, that's even better. I'm actually off to the side here. I actually have one of Bruce's videos playing on the Stova Flieger Classic 40 white dial one, and that is the one that I'm pretty sure I'm going to purchase. I just need to sell a couple more watches, and I'll probably make that happen. But pretty excited about them. Yes. So yeah, somebody mentioned I haven't opened the package yet, but I think my bezel package arrived. I've never swapped a bezel, so I'm assuming I can swap the bezel without removing the strap. I don't know. So I already pulled a couple of screws out. I went kind of looked about as good as my teenage kids do for a Phillips screwdriver. So I ended up just grabbing whatever screwdriver, these flat blade ones. I can get in there and work on them. So Nick, yeah. So I didn't do the Sunday sale yesterday because I was on call all last week. So it's difficult for me to do a bunch of stuff when I'm on call. I'm kind of committed more towards my actual day job. Okay, so really the idea here would be to have the correct tool for this job, but I'm going to carry on and continue to further dive into doing this with using the incorrect tool. So I'm using a flat bladed screwdriver instead of a Phillips because I am stubborn. And I know I have the Phillips screwdriver laying around, I'm sure. So, but I just don't care. I'm already sitting here, and another really good friend of mine told me the right job for the tool is the tool that is in your hand. So you'd be surprised what you can do with the incorrect tool, even though I will continue to preach using the correct tool. Kayleen, do you want to review an orange SKX? I can send you mine. I'm assuming you are talking about the SKX 011. I've owned probably about 3 of those. It's actually my first Seco automatic diver was a SKX 011, and I've done a few videos on them. So I appreciate the offer, but I don't think I'll need it. So it looks like I probably have to pry this up and over the buttons. Is that how that works? Have you guys ever replaced one of these? Let me open up the package, and then maybe it'll make sense to me. I need a knife. No, I don't need a knife. I have fingers. I can just rip it open. Yes, a hammer. I do have a brass hammer within reach. So, all right. So here is the almost one and only thing I'm gonna unbox. So yeah, I see. It looked like it was No, it was not. So I don't. Maybe this isn't brand new. It's kind of got a little bit of yellowing to it. Is that normal? Pretty pliable. Yeah, it doesn't look as clean of white as the NASA that's on there. So I'm not sure I'm gonna like that. Oh, well, I'll put it on there anyway and see. So yeah, you should just be able to pry it out. It looks like. Is there like an opening or something? There's kind of a opening right there. Holy cow, I'm gonna have to start modding G-Shocks. That's stupid easy. So there's that. Yeah, it's not as brilliant white as that. That is for sure, but I don't know that I think once I get it settled in, I don't think it's gonna bother me that much. I can probably scrub it a little bit. I thought this bezel was brand new, but maybe it's not. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? I kind of like the actual little extra color. I might see what other white ones are out there. I picked it up off from eBay, and I thought it was brand new, but man, I tell you, I don't know that it is. But so is life. This is why I get sick of buying on eBay. Putting these screws back in, I should probably have the right. Pretty much works. As long as I don't lose a screw or strip them out or something. Yeah, I could try just painting. Man, that would be tough though. It's not like this watch is going to get worn a ton. I'm sure I'll wear it, but I mean, maybe these white resin material, maybe it kind of starts to yellow even just sitting around on the shelf. You know, it might not even, the stuff might not be super resilient. Last screw is going to give me problems here. Looked better with the original. Well, apparently it only takes like 5 minutes or so to swap them out. So either way, I don't know. I kind of dig it. Let's see what it looks like on wrist. I would say probably all G-Shocks. Somebody asked, I don't know how to pronounce your name, Cesario or something. Is it all G-Shocks that don't count towards your collection count or just the squares? Well, I would say it's all of them, but I primarily have mostly squares. So, I mean, it could be twisted and be more squares, and then it's hard to adopt that logic when you have like a $1,200 titanium square. You know, does a $1,200 G-Shock or even higher, because they have even more expensive ones, do those not count towards your collection? That's a bit of a stretch. Like at some point, an expensive watch is an expensive watch. So there it is on wrist. Ivan wants to know about the Tron Square. Well, I think it looks crazy cool, but I certainly don't want it. Yeah, you know, on wrist, I don't think it matters, the color difference. I don't think it'll bother me much. I think I like the extra color on there. It's just enough that it kind of just ties it all in. So I'll probably leave it. And then I'll just bag this one up and throw it out to the side. And maybe when I screw that one up, then I can swap it over again or something. All right, let me scroll back a couple comments here. Yeah, Billy Bob, you are spot on, because I used to actually collect die-cast cars back in the day, and that's pretty much how I feel about certainly G-Shock squares. Is for the most part they're super affordable, and they're just fun to buy, just like buying Hot Wheels, you know. Let's see. Somebody asked Manta versus Christopher Ward thoughts. I think they're not in the same price category. I think Christopher Ward offers more value for your money. Like if you're just gonna broad stroke it and like try to do a pros and cons list or something like that and try to quantify your spending, then I think Christopher Ward's going to give you a better value proposition. But the Manta is like, it's really cool. It's totally different. Like they're super thin. They have like patent pending type things. Like it's pretty slick. So yeah, Weeby, I'll show you that NTH in a second. I actually just got that back today because I didn't really disclose it because I kind of wanted to see how that everything went. But when I first got that watch, I threw it on the time grapher, and the movement was just whack. So I got a hold of John over at the Watch Gauge. I sent it back to him, and like it's been like a week or two or something like that. It came back. I just threw it on the time grapher, and it's running at a plus 5 seconds. Perfect. So they either fixed the movement or swapped it. I'm not really sure what they did, but hey, Jorge's here. So here is the NTH. This is the Nazario. It's a watch gauge exclusive. I did a video on it. Like I said, I just got it back, and it is, I mean, NTH subs are like excellent bezel action, excellent bezel insert colors because they're using steel, and so they can get a very unique color. And then just loomed out. Crown action is excellent. They're like 7mm crowns. Usually nice pop to them. This one has a strong pop to it. Very little crown wobble, and just well sorted. Plus, now they have like a crazy good, like return policy or warranty and stuff like that. And I just tested it with the movement and with the warranty, and they did exactly what they said they were going to do. So, all right, I probably missed some comments here. William says Christopher Ward sounds like somebody you went to school with. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, the Christopher Ward comment. There's so many comments that can be made with different things. So, escape and watch. Yeah, the Archimedes. I will be checking those out as well. I'm going to try to probably broaden out a little bit. So, yes, the NTH. This one uses the Miyota 9039 so for it's a no date, but yeah, they use the Miyotas. Christopher Ward Chevrolet. Like a dealership. That's funny. Ivan, yeah, I would love to see the Tron Square. Definitely hit me up. I'll put email or something in this, but you can find my email pretty much in some other videos too. So, did you, see, Rob? Did you ever get into the Dirty Dozens? I'm not sure what that is referring to, but let's see. Dane is checking in. My buddy Dane over at the Celine Driver channel. I finally got a chance to use my Bergeon screwdrivers. Honestly, I was big sold on those Bergeon ones, but I haven't been using them. I broke some of them, so. Sounds like watch and carries here. Steve is saying get the new Invicta 1953. I'm not going to buy it as soon as someone buys it and sends it in. I'll be more than happy to check it out, but I'm not buying one. I want to try something. I left it out. I got my SKX winding over here on the Benson automatic winder here. No, Celine Driver. I'm still trying to catch up on videos. I did catch Clayton and Steve's podcast. I don't think Two Broke Watch Snobs even put out a podcast. I went looking for theirs, and then I ended up getting crazy busy today at work. I had a broken line and then a bunch of other work and stuff like that, so I didn't have a chance to catch up on anything. I think I was able to, towards the end of the day, I think I snuck in Bruce's new video of the Omega. Omega. I forgot how to say it. I looked it up too. They're what do you call it? meta certified. He did a really good video on it, explaining exactly all the testing they do. And I knew they did a ton of testing on it, but I didn't realize how extreme the testing was on it. Just makes me love this watch even more. It's pretty good. Actually, I'm going to put it on right now. Oh, it's a new Kickstarter that started. Okay. Let's see, how loud is the Benson? This one, the little one here, you can, I mean, you can kind of hear it, and then when you put your hand on it, you can like feel that it's a Japanese motor, so it's, you know, a little more refined. But the larger Benson one, like, it's dead quiet. You can't hear it at all. So, but even this one, I mean, they put like felt on the bottom stuff that helps it isolate it. Oh, check that out. I think there is a battery compartment on the bottom. I should probably look into those a little bit more. Okay, so what I wanted to do here is a viewer sent in an SKX with a mod, and he sent over these Crafter blue leather straps. So I wanted to put them on my SKX because I'm just curious to know. I'm sure it fits really good, just like their regular rubber straps do, but I wanted to see what it felt like with the leather. I didn't know Crafter Blue did leather for some reason. Or maybe they used to and they don't anymore, I'm not sure. Yeah, the Seamaster that Bruce got with the chrome dial, you know, most people call it, with the blued hands and the blue bezel, is like killer looking. I obviously love the white dial one. I need to set the time on it, but because I pretty much I'm not going to be wearing it at work, so it's a little tricky to find the good times to wear it and stuff. So, all right, let's pop this guy out. This is kind of a bugger to do around the camera. Yeah, if you haven't watched Bruce's video on that, the meta certification that Omega has done on their Seamaster, I'm sure it's done on some other movements too, but it's pretty killer. Okay, so there's that. What is sold out? I missed. Holy cow. Yeah, I'm having a hard time keeping up with you guys' chat. All right, so I need those. These are the better ones. Yeah, so I usually swap out the fat bars on the Seco, especially if you don't have the drilled lugs. I would get these ones with the collars on them so you can dig in there. Because the, oh, I keep saying Meta. You're right, it's Metas. Metas? I don't know. I just own the watch. I don't really care. So maybe you can't use the fat spring bar in there? I guess not. Let me see if I can find some different spring bars. Maybe these ones? Yeah, these will work. Are these 22s? Leather on a diver. No, come on now. It's fitted leather on a diver. I'm guessing it's going to be a super pain in the butt to put on while talking to you guys on the camera here. Probably not even going to be able to do it. A little bit of gap on the sides and up in the case, but it's definitely more fitted than it's not fitted, if that makes sense. I think this side might even be worse. Keep spitting out here. Wow, this thing's kicking my butt, guys. legit kicking my butt. Okay, I think I got it in there. Yeah, look at the little bit of gap there, but I like that it curves down right away, so it's probably going to fit good. Let's try it on. Ooh, wow, that is comfy. See, that's the thing with the fitted straps, is they're like crazy comfortable and they kind of look cool, you know? That is so much more comfortable than a strap that just comes off and then can pivot. The fact that it actually kind of follows the natural flow of the case design makes it way more comfortable. Yeah, I would totally wear that on the leather. Darn you haters. Yeah, and it makes it super comfortable. I agree it doesn't really look right. It doesn't, the brown leather with a diver, just, yeah, and I would prefer a bracelet, but, well, these straps are actually going to go with that SKX that came in. It's not mine. It goes with the other one, so. I don't know. It's coated with something too. Well, I guess it's leather on the backside. All right, let's see. Tan leather strap goes with just about everything. That's true. All right, let's see. I have another package here. Let's check it out. I think, yeah. So here's the, I don't know if any of you guys know this company, Zilandi, I think maybe. I don't know if I'm saying that right. He wrote me a note on the back. See, dear Robert, I can't read cursive very good. Thank you for your support on social networks. New Zealand Robert. Okay, check this out. So these guys, what am I sipping tonight? I am sipping, I don't know. I don't think wouldn't it be, because it's like Zeal and then Andi, so wouldn't it be like Zalandi? I don't know. I am drinking that. Clase Azul Reposado. That is what I'm drinking. No, not bourbon tonight. I am out of bourbon. So here's the packaging it comes in. It's actually got a little magnetic catch in the card. Oh, it's right there. And let's see. So it comes with a card. Because these are not inexpensive straps. These are kind of pricey straps. So it comes with a card. So date of purchase, warranty, all that stuff. And then here's the packaging. Nice microfiber cloth. I don't know about you guys, but I can never have too many of these. I know you could probably wash them, but I think I just threw out like 3 of them and then brought like new fresh ones in to use. So there's Esteban. All right, so here's the packaging. Pretty heavy duty packaging, almost overkill, but let's see if I can get these out. All right, here's that one. There's that one. So let's check these bad boys out. So again, with the fitted, oh wow, they're super pliable. Doesn't smell like anything. Has 0 odor. Okay, so here's the deal. These guys are made for this guy. So I'm probably still gonna end up buying the factory strap for it, but I gotta try these because everyone says it just totally transforms the watch. And they have the rubber keepers on there. This one has like some stays on it. Yeah, it is like, it's not very thick either. It's not like yeah, it's vulcanized for sure. So it's going to be like super durable. It's got a little bit of stretch to it. Man, this thing is going to be killer in the summertime. Yeah, I'm excited to try that. I'm not going to put it on right now because I'm definitely not going to just dig into the Seamaster like I did that SKX. What is today, the 11th? Let's see here. Yeah, this is the ceramic dial one. Like right in there. There we go. Let's see. Weeby, I assume you're still digging the new notice. The new salmon dial is calling my name. Yeah. So I just wore my one of one not that long ago. It's already, the power reserve already passed on it, but yeah, I'm digging this watch. It's my one and only yellow watch. So much like my Orange Monsters, my one and only orange watch, I think this Notice Retrospect one of one is going to be my one and only yellow watch. Like I won't put another yellow watch in competing with it. So yes. Yeah, I talked to Clayton. So Esteban's asking, it's Steve from Talking Timepieces. He's asking if I will be on the podcast episode number 3 from the Talking Timepieces podcast. If you guys haven't checked them out, I'll put them in the description too. In this, when this video gets fully posted, I'll put a link to their podcast. But great job on it, on the pilot and today's episode as well. So very, very cool episode. I'm glad that you guys are doing it. Hopefully you guys can stay steady on it. But yeah, I'll be down to record with you. I don't know when you guys record. Yeah, sounds like you guys will. You got to just do it, man. You got to just go all in and see what happens. So I think Clayton said you guys were going to record like on Friday or something. Maybe we'll see. We just got to schedule it, and then I think what you guys want me on there just for like 5 minutes, something like that. All right. I see Craig's helping me out. Thanks, Craig. You're probably asking about the strap or something. No, 15 at least. We'll have to negotiate. One minute is enough. Let's see. What have I missed? Nothing. We've been waiting for you to get here. We can start now. Clayton says a whole hour, so I got to do the podcast for a whole hour. I don't know how well I'll do on a podcast. We'll see. Yeah, Zalandi. Am I saying that right, guys? Zalandi? I don't care. They need to change their name. That's how it's being said. Yeah, these straps are really nice. So I think they're probably compared to, Ever straps, I guess, would be because they use the vulcanized rubber as well. So it'd be probably competing with them. Let's see. Sultan says, "Hi, sir. I have Aquaterra 38.8 blue face, and I have 6500. I am thinking to buy Datejust 36 millimeter. What is better buy, the Datejust or just sell the Omega and buy a Rolex Submariner instead and be a one watch guy?" I typically don't give. So to answer your question, I typically don't give watch buying advice. I will just help you realize that you already know the answer. So I think you already know the answer of what is going to work best for you. So I think you just need to determine if that's what you really want to do. Mr. Albert, most of these podcasts are like an hour. That's usually perfect. And it's not like you don't give them your full attention, or at least I don't. They're my absolute 100% full attention for the whole hour. I'll bounce in and out. Like it probably takes me a half a day to listen to a 1 hour podcast because I'm in and out of my work van doing different jobs. So I'll just pause it, come back, and so all that stuff. Hey, Hector's back on. Let's see. Do Escapement Watch. Are you asking me? Do I have access to a sub? I probably could, but I don't. Not off the top of my head. I can't think of. Billy Bob Clayton's and Steve's podcast today went a little bit long. I think they were about a minute. They were over a minute 10. I can't remember what it was or something. So my buddy Doug's checking in. Any jump hour watches in your collection? No, I do not have any jump hour watches in my collection. I'm not opposed to it. Pilot looking watch to the back. I don't know. You might be talking about the NTH, I guess. Let's see. Rob, I need a mug. The mugs are for Patreons, Steve. Which I did get my big mug shipment in, so I will be sending those out probably this week to the Patreons that are still requiring the mug. So I'll have to be doing that soon. I did wear this all day. This is really close to a sub, so I guess I don't know. I wore this all day today. It was very comfortable on wrist. This is probably the Squale 1545, I think this is what this is. It's probably one of my favorite homage watches. I'm not sure I would be totally smitten with the green, but they have a bunch of different colorways. How much does the Patreon cost? You know what? Here's the deal with the Patreon. The Patreon really doesn't cost anything. Yes, there is a fee that gets charged every month, but I think if you talk to the rest of the patrons, you would quickly find out that there's a lot of value in that fee. So, but I think the Patreon might be kind of maxed out. I'm not sure. You'd probably have to get a hold of another Patreon and then buy their spot. Is that a thing? Could that be a thing? You'd have to buy out another Patreon, like buying out their condo or something. I don't know. That's messed up. Let's see. Let's take a look at the Formex. This, you guys want a good laugh. Even if you didn't watch the video, go back to the Formex video and just read the comments. I almost want to make a separate video of the different, it could be kind of comical, and you guys could even do it now, because a lot of people are saying that the Formex actually sounds like a business name for a different type of product, like I don't know. I think a lot of people are just saying it doesn't seem like a watch company's name. It seems like a different products type name. So, and I can kind of see it now that I read some of them, and I got a little bit of a laugh out of it. It is kind of funny, I guess, but yeah, it's like Formex is a shipping logistical company, or I mean, somebody even said like a condom company or a chemical company. I forget. There were so many different options for like what people thought that the company name could be a reference to, but for Esteban, for Mexicans, no. Maybe that's subliminal. Yeah, maybe it's just for south of the border. But regardless of the name, I mean, there's a ton of watches out there with branding that people don't necessarily agree with. But when they make a killer watch, I pretty much just give it like I'm fine with it. I guess I don't know. And even the font and the way they did it and everything like that, I could see where people could have a little bit of fun with it. But I don't know. It's an awesome watch. And it's COSC. So hold on, let me back up to that, because that's actually a good question. I don't know how to say your name. Jay Funok. Do I prefer the Squale 1545 or the NTH sub? That's kind of a good question, because they are similar price points. I think you could probably compare these two. I mean, I mean, you can see right away, I mean, they are different. The NTH is going to wear better on the smaller wrist. So I think for my wrist, I would be more comfortable wearing the 1545 just because it has a little more heft to it, even though it's like physically about the same size as far as the side to side and lug to lug dimensions. But so I think it would be more of like, do you want a little more weight and a little more size? Then the 1545 might be the best choice for you. But if you have a little bit smaller wrist and you like really thin watches that are really well built, then the NTH is going to be your pick. I don't know if that helps you determine like which one would you would lean toward. Yeah, Craig prefers the NTH. I think you could own both because they are different enough as far as case size and overall appearance. I think they could coexist, but they definitely could be compared. The Benson's running. I don't know if you can hear it. I mean, I can hear it a little bit. Let's see. Adrian asked, if you could only have one G-Shock, which would it be? I would probably have to go with the Gold Bling Master. I think this would be, I would go with this one. I think if I were just going to have one, because it's still crazy tough, it's still crazy strong, but it's got bling. I think that's one thing that I've kind of learned with the watches that I like. I like a little bit of weight, I like the metal bracelets, and I like a little bit of bling. All right, Jessica, you got my attention. What's your? I'm hit and miss because when I'm talking, I can't read the comments. So, Jessica, ask your question right now. Go for it. I'll answer it. The Hector hates strong. TGV didn't ruin Squale. They're fine. Oh, Jessica, I just missed your question again. Oh, I'm just kidding. I found it. Will the G-Shock Royal Oaks ever come down in price? What will they settle at? Yes, they will come down in price. What will they settle at? What are they at right now? So let's talk about that because I guess I haven't really paid attention to the pricing or market with that model, right? So okay, I have one here. Retail on it is 99, right? So typically on a G-Shock Square, if it was $100, you're probably going to pick up a retail price on $100 Square is probably going to be somewhere in between like $65 and $75. So it's a little baffling that that this guy here, I don't know, what are they trending at online? I don't even know. Or are they just straight up out of stock? I can't reach my computer. I can't look it up. So you guys tell me, like, how much are these guys going for? Are they just going like on eBay and they're going higher? Are they selling for higher than $100? Oh, they sell out fast. So that means the supply and demand issue, and then they're being sold at either 100 or more, I'm assuming. So I guess the question would be, yeah, no, I mean, come on, these are super mass-produced watches, and they already have multiple colorways. I have the Christmas one in my watch box behind me, which is a killer one. So they're going to continue with colorways. I personally would like to see another variant of it as well, but I guess let's let them catch up with this first. I suspect they'll be readily available for the $99 price, if that's the current, if they didn't raise them. They're just in high demand for some reason. I mean, they're a cool watch, but I would still pick a Square over that. I mean, but that's just personal preference. If you prefer this over a Square, then knock yourself out. But again, I think G-Shock is kind of missing an opportunity here with the sales and the way this thing sold out so quick and everything. They could do kind of like a special edition. They could do, put titanium on it and a different module. Maybe do, because these aren't solar either, are they? So you could do, what are they using? The 5611. So you could do, God, I mean, they would sell them too. You could probably do like a carbon fiber band, carbon resin case, sapphire crystal, and they probably wouldn't even change the module and sell them for like $650. It'd be nuts. G-Shock could do pretty much whatever they want. It's crazy. Yeah, if they did, Enrique, you're right. If they did the GA2100, they'd have to give it a new model number. But if they did multi-band, solar, Bluetooth, and then maybe even a combi bracelet or something, oh, man, that would be a hot watch. I would probably actually be digging on it a little bit more because it is a cool design. It is a good size. Dang. D. Stifle says that McDonald's 6-piece chicken nuggets is better than the Squale. That's pretty hardcore. I think I would take the Squale. The only thing I get at McDonald's is coffee. All right, see, Jordan is saying, looking for my first chronograph for the collection, under $1,000 with a decent water resistance. Any recommendations? I am not a chronograph guy. I can't. All I know are the few that that really draw me in. Is two. Oh yeah, the ice cream at fast foods are pretty good too. It's cheap, like $1 or something. So, I mean, the Seagull chronograph, it's hand wind. I don't know what the water resistance on it, and they're super cheap. Those are kind of cool, and they're really cool looking, and they actually have some cool history. The only chronograph that I really, really, really like, and I would love to buy, is much more than $1,000. You're probably going to pay on a deal probably $1,500-$1,600, and that is the new Hamilton Intramatic, I think is what it's called. So, oh, I guess Christopher. Yeah, you're right. Christopher Ward has some good chronos. I think they're quartz though, right? Under 1,000. So they're out there. It's not. I'm not big into the chronos, so I don't. Off the top of my head, I don't have them. Jessica, a metal Casio coming. You know what? I need to reach out to the G-Shock rep and ask him. He sometimes gives me little tidbits of, like, I knew almost a year ahead of time that they were going to drop that Bruce Lee MRG. So, and he told me at that time too that they were going to do the metal case 6900. So, but those are more iconic. You know, the metal squares and then the metal 6900 are more iconic. So those kind of make more sense. I think it's a little bit premature to think that there's going to be like some special editions for these. I do expect them to exploit this in the manner of way more strap options. That's why they gave them the quick releases, and way more colorways. I think that is what we can expect out of the GA2100. And maybe with the whole lockdowns and production problems and everything like that, worldwide production for many companies is part of the issue with this. As soon as all that gets squared away, you might see way more of these 2100s pushed out, because they're all coming out of China, I'm sure. Let's see. Yeah, case in Thailand, Japan movement though. So, but I mean, all of them were affected. So, let's see. Oh, we're still Squale bashing. All right, let's see. Let's move on from that. Let's see, Jordan. I was thinking about the Hager U2, a microbrand out of PA, but it's 650 and just a quartz. I think when it comes to chronograph, I'm fine with using a quartz, especially if it's a really good quartz. And 650 might seem like a lot of money for a quartz, but you got to remember, it's, chronograph, there's more going on there. They had to do special designs. It's not like off the shelf type parts. So it kind of drives it up. And then definitely check the secondary market as well. Ronan, there's that new Seco chrono. Yeah, there are some new Seco chrono. I think one of them, I don't know what your wrist size is, but I think one of them's even the Sumo case, but in a chronograph. It's pretty wild. The Baltic chronograph, they're right. Oh, didn't Laurier just come out with a chronograph too that's using the Seagull movement? That would be a cool one. Again, I don't know what your wrist size is, or the Dan Henry's. I would go for that Laurier if you could get one, if you can find one. that would be killer because it has the seagull movement. So it's hand wind only. I don't know what the water resistance on that is. Wait, I think I have one here. Hold on a second. This is the problem with having so many watches come and go out of here. Yeah, the Gemini. But again, it depends on what his wrist size is. I got it all wrapped up. All right. Yeah, this chronograph is killer. So if you have a little bit smaller wrist, you know, like at least my size or smaller, I wouldn't go, I mean, you could wear this if you had like an 8-inch wrist, but it's a little small. I don't know what the water resistance is on it though. Doesn't really say. And it's hand winds, non-screw down. So it's either going to be like 50 meter, maybe 100 meter, but it is not labeled on there. So I really don't know. You'd have to get on the website. But this is a killer watch. And the bracelet's killer. So again, depending on what your wrist size is. Yeah, the bracelet's not even sized, but there it is on my 7 and sorry about that. There it is on my 7 1/4. That wears perfect. These are such good watches. I need to swoop one of these. Like I said, I'm not big into chrono, but I was looking at that Hamilton. But this one's killer too. I totally forgot about this one. I need to do the video on it soon. Yeah, 50 meter, which is going to be kind of normal. I mean, it's hand wind and it's, you know, push pull crown, but so I mean, really, do you need 100 meter water resist on your chronograph? Yes, Billy Bob. That is the plan. This will be a tour watch within the Patreon group, a really small group though, and it's going to be set up by Bobby. So he's going to have to select who's in it because he's not getting rid of that watch. It's his watch. So let's see, J. Rees, Laurier, or the NTH on a comparable style. I don't know. Kind of totally different watches. Thoughts on ball watches? I love the ball watches. I think they're insane value, insane finishing, excellent build, but I just never can fully connect with them enough to like keep one or buy one. So, let's see. Ronnie asked, do I still have the Oyster Perpetual 39? No, I do not. I sold that a while ago. Ben picked up an SBBN 033. Oh, I love those tunos. I love the SBBN tunos. They're so good. Bass player, no. The Seaward Sapphire has not arrived. I see other people are getting it, and I ordered it. I thought I ordered it early enough where I was going to get it soon, but maybe these people that are getting it are like in Europe and stuff. I don't know if they're getting them in the States yet. So hopefully I'll get mine soon, but whatever. I'll get it when I get it. I think they kind of sold out like first run, and then so now they're waiting on maybe a second run. It might be June or July before I see it. It's hard to say. Wow, that is really good tequila, guys. Jesco, yes, I have checked out Seco Kinetics. I've actually repaired a couple of them. Oh yeah, the Formex. I mean, you talk about killer bracelets. I mean, this bracelet, because the links are so short, I mean, it is just ridiculous good. And like you can fold it up and do whatever you want with it. It's the first, I shouldn't say that. There has been some other butterfly clasp that I like, but this is butterfly clasp done right. It is such a good clasp. The case construction, actually, one of the owners, the guy that actually works on them, I forget their names. I'm so bad with names. No, I did not. Who asked that? Adam, did I get the shipping email from Ward? No, I did not. So I probably won't be in the first batch. But one of the guys over at Formex sent me the video of how to take this apart. So I might do it on video, but basically you got to take off these 6 screws on the case back. Those 6 little screws on the case back, and then you take the case back off, and then the movement's right there, but that exposes the springs. So if it's something that, you know, people in the channel want to see, I can take it apart to show you how that works. They're tiny springs. I'm a little leery of doing it, but I can do it. It's just going to be difficult to video. So if it's something that people want to see, um, then I can do it. Does the ghost date function ruin a watch? No, no. I would prefer companies to use a no date movement if it's a no date watch, but if they throw a date movement in a no date watch, it's not necessarily a deal breaker for me. It's kind of weird to pour out of this bottle. All right. So you would know about the dreaded kinetic red battery protector film. I don't recall that, but I must have experienced it. Sean has asked what I'm drinking. I'm drinking the Clase Azul Reposado. Let's see. Mr. Stivel has the Omega Seamaster Professional on wrist and taking shots of Rumpel Mints. I've never not tried that. Holy cow, that was a lot. Well, I feel like there's not much left in the bottle, so I should probably finish it. Isn't that how that works? I don't know. That's not that much. I mean, it's a flat bottom glass, but that's like a few shots. It's not bad. But this stuff is so good. Jack is asking best first Seco turtle to buy. I would probably go with the classic, the SRP 777. I mean, find a good one that is keeping time good and the bezel alignment works good and it's just classic. It works perfect. Let's see, rub some crystals so I can get drunk. Well, some of these are kind of dirty. Let's clean these up a bit. Yeah, we'll get this bezel all cleaned up. Yeah, there you go. That only counts as one though, doesn't it? Jessica again with questions. I don't know. Seriously, I don't know anything about the seagull authenticity and controversy and everything like that. I'd have to research it. Snake in my hand trying to kill a stick. Oh God, Hector, that's horrible. Send me the bottle when you're done if you don't want it. I want to make it a lamp. Billy Bob wants to make my Azul bottle a lamp. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. It's kind of expensive to ship. I guess it's pretty big, but I can probably send it to you. Yeah, I'll have to catch Jody's video on that on the seagull authenticity thing. So you guys are making lamps out of them. It's. I mean, it's a cool bottle, but a lamp? It's a bottle of tequila. I'm gonna go outside and smash it. It's probably hard to break. It's probably thick. I need to get back down to Craig's area, neck of the wood there, and pick up a couple more bottles. I don't know if my place up here can get them or not. Still can't get over the Formex name. Formex, when essence is important. I don't know. You gotta come up with an ad. Craig, it's an empty bottle. I'll fill it with Cuervo or something, and then I'll pass it off to my buddies and be like, "Yeah, this is the good stuff." They won't know the difference. Let's see. How's the C69 Trident going? Have not seen. Oh, you mean the C60? Yeah, C69. I got it right here. So, yeah, it's an awesome watch, but I don't know. I just in two very similar white dial divers with black bezel. Like, I don't know. I think it's a bit much, don't you think? But it wears great, and the ward bracelet and the clasp are just top notch. We'll see. I'll probably sell it. Yeah, it'll probably be on a Sunday sale video, but honestly, guys, it's not gonna make it to the general channel. It'll get gobbled up by one of my Patreons, I guarantee it. Yeah, and Craig, the Don Julio for half the price, pour it in a glass. So I have the bottle. This I forget whatever that stuff. The same one I tried at your house. I forget what it's called already. Um, but yeah, that stuff's really good too. It's not as good as the Clase Azul, but tequila story. Oh, Mr. Albert wants to tell me a tequila story. Let's hear it, since that's what we're drinking tonight. During the dot-com boom, we ran out of tequila one night while working on a project. One developer booked tickets to Mexico and flew there to get tequila and came back to work the next day, all expense to the company. Ah, the good old days. And hopefully and it still happens, stuff like that, weird like that still happens, maybe at different levels or scales. But whenever something like that is happening, whether you're the person that's actually doing it or you're witnessing it happen, like you have to recognize that not too long in the future, you're going to think back to that and be like, oh, those were the good old days. You have to really fully appreciate what's happening while it's happening. Because I think back to not that long ago, even at my job or previous jobs, some of the stuff, and I'm just like, wow. And then you hear stories like go talk to your dad or your grandfather if they're still around and go sit them down, have a beer with them or a tequila with them or something, and get some of their old work stories. You'll be like, how the hell did you guys not die, let alone stay employed? Like, it doesn't make any sense. So everyone's praising the PBR. It's the only, as far as I know, it's the only union made beer. So IWC or Omega. I would go with the Omega. IWC is really cool, but I was not super impressed with them. So watching Carrie sipping on some scotch. I have not explored scotch yet. I've done the bourbon. Now I'm on the tequila. So Christian E. Any advice on a 20 millimeter Jubilee bracelet that won't rattle? 20 millimeter. Most of them are 22. I don't know. Party on wheels. I'm not allowed to drink alcohol. Omega or Rolex? Just go. Well, currently I'm on Omega, but they kind of. It's funny because those are the two. Let's think about that a second. A lot of people will toss those two in the ring, right? Omega versus Rolex. But if you look at it, Omega's technically kind of the underdog as far as like the price. So they're constantly thousands less than Rolex for a comparable model, but yet we always try to compete them to brands against one another. That alone, just that alone, in my opinion, makes Omega the winner, regardless if they lose or not. They cost less, so they're the underdog. So even if they lose, they got beat by the big dog, and it was a close fight. So did they really lose? I would say no. Oh, let's see. G-Shock. Yeah, G-Shock. Oh man, G-Shocks. I might go buy one after this live stream. Let's see. Watch and carry. Any insight on the Belova Accutron Snorkel 2, Rob? I'm considering purchasing my friends, but doing some research on it. I'm not familiar with that one. It's kind of fun learning, like when you gravitate toward a particular watch or a model or whatever like that, and maybe you don't know about it. That's kind of the fun part. I guess it's the hunt, right? But before you can even hunt it, you need to learn it. So you need to learn your prey, and then you can hunt it. So you're in the learning phase of it. So that's pretty cool. That's a fun place to be. That's kind of where I'm at right now with like the Stova and then um, the Turbies, I think is what it's called. The German watches, basically. Yeah, there's that NASA watch with my new yellow white case. I don't know, man. That red matches perfect, and then you have that pop up there. I wish that was. That looks like it's black. It would have been cool if that would have been like blue or something to kind of tie in with the red, white, and blue. That would have been a little bit nicer, but I'll look around. I don't know what other white cases they have, covers. I might see if I can find a different one. Or maybe I'll just buy more watches. Maybe I'll just go buy some white G-Shocks. Let's see, Stova versus Laco. After handling both, because I've handled both, I would pick Stova, but it depends on the actual model. David's tipping the gin. Yep. Tired of the G-Shock talk. I have 7.5 for just which G-Shock to start. Okay, 7.5 inch wrist. So you're still fine with the 7.5, but you're going to want to go probably a little bit bigger. I would go, David. I would go depending on what you want to spend. But the MTGs are freaking awesome. I don't have mine anymore. The Frogmans are awesome. Depends on what you want. Do you want digital or do you want the analog hands? There's an insane catalog with G-Shock. So Jared, no, I did sell that Flieger style watch from Watch Gecko. That was a really well built watch too. That was nice. Hector's got the Seco SRPD 7.1 coming in. I don't know what model that is. Is that one of those new ones? You can get a Casio World Time AE 1200 on all black, $15 off Amazon. Yeah, I got a pile of them behind me. So Fortis, yeah, the Fortis watches are really good too. Sam is asking thoughts on the Seiko enamel. Their Seiko enamel dials are awesome. You guys getting the quarantine mustache growing? Where can I find a G-Shock NASA? I think they are sold out. I think. I don't know. eBay, I guess. Pay a premium. I don't know, man. It might be difficult to nail down a NASA G-Shock now. Seiko made a porcelain dial for superior. Rob Hector, am I seeing double yet? No, not at all. I do okay with this stuff. The NASA G-Shocks are $350 on eBay now. That is ridiculous. Mr. Albert wore his Fortis TI, I'm assuming titanium B42 today. I'll have to look that up. I would like to see some Fortis. I don't think I've had one on the channel yet. Is the NASA G-Shock made in China? The movement is Japan and the case is Taiwan. So, yes. Steven's going in for the haircut. I finally broke down and had talked my wife into shaving my head. So we got the clippers out. So I got my home haircut. Fortis is such an underrated brand. It is very good. Let's see. Yeah, so maybe I'll bring a Fortis in. I'll have to reach out to him. So I reached out to the guys over at Tourby. They're going to be sending me something. And then I've been kind of talking to the guys over at Stova. They're a little less willing to work with me, but we'll see. No, Clayton, I didn't do the Parasso. Sure, I have a full, thick head of hair. So when I say clippers, I mean like a just a clip job. Like it's not down to the skin. You don't know about the Fortis, but you might drink a 40. Must be nice. I don't know. I got to get a cut all the time. Listen, anybody can grow hair. Try not growing hair. That's hard. Oh my, Hector, that would be genius. Somebody needs to do that. They need to do a speakeasy haircut, like speakeasy everything, right? Totally under like they've outlawed. Yeah, this is basically like prohibition. They've outlawed like social activities. So like when I go to my barber in my local little town, it's a legit barber. Like you walk in and you catch up. You talk to everybody there. Like it's old school. So it's pretty cool. That would be cool to have that as a speakeasy. We could all go in the back door, front. He's already got, you know what? Maybe I'm just not in the loop. I just realized, Hector, that his whole front of his shop is like blurred out. You can't see in. He's already doing it. I need to go knock on his back door. I got to find out what the password is or something though. Let's see. Thoughts on the Boulder expedition? Good, strong built watch for cheap. Ronnie wants to know thoughts on the Hammy Khaki Field Mechanical 80 hour. Those are really cool, fun little field watches. If your wrist can support it, I think those are very fun. I would definitely check one out. Yeah, Rob. I think a lot of guys will end up doing that. Heck, I do it occasionally. You know, he said Rob said after his old school barber retired, he switched over to dog clippers the last 10 years. Just do it yourself. Screw it. So somewhere, well, there's a lot of different kinds of barbers out there. He has a secret knock. I'll go check it out. Now that I already got my hair cut, he could probably still touch it up though. Fortis and Formex should combine. What would that be called? Could you combine the names, or it'd be just stack them up, I guess? Or maybe, oh, you could probably do, here's an idea. You could probably do Fortis Formex over here at the 9 o'clock, right? Fortis and then Formex over here, and then just leave this blank up here, or just do like a some sort of embossed flag or something. Probably be fine. Wow, I'm already over an hour. All right, guys, I think I'm going to sign off. Ford Max. Oh, you guys are funny. Yes, the Ford Max style is ribbed. It's actually, it's hard to tell, but in certain lights, they don't, it's hard to explain, but it's actually a brushed dial. So there's, you'll see a little bit of brushing marks going this way. And then across this while they actually, this way. So, vertically brushed and then horizontally is engraved out. So it's like pinstriped. So it's, when you really start to look at the dial, there's a little bit more going on. It's pretty slick. All right, guys, thanks for chiming in. I am going to sign off, but I'm going to leave you with a loom shot because the loom monster is going to be king of this. I already know that, but there's other loom on the table, but the loom monster always shows off. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'm out of here.